welcome to the Roger E. Carlson. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of boys high school basketball. It's the season opener as the Cardinals host the Apple Valley Eagles. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro sidelines, and Howie, always exciting to get a new season started, and the Cardinals are chomping at the bit to get going.
Yeah, always fun to get non-conference basketball, and a team in Apple Valley who they played last year and beat. And so this is an opportunity, very different Apple Valley squad from a year ago, but an opportunity for the Cardinals really to get off to a good start, beat a non-conference team.
Well, and a very different Coon Rapids team than it was a year ago. That team that beat Apple Valley really didn't even make it to the end of the season, and we'll talk more about that as the game goes on. But a couple of non-conference games on the home floor to start the season. We'll be back here on Thursday when they take on North St. Paul. So looking for the Cardinals, really looking to get a fast start if they can.
Yeah, and I mean, these are two teams. Cardinals with 6 wins last year, Apple Valley with 4. So both teams are looking to see what they can do as far as getting off to a quick start. You know, Apple Valley, very young team. Only 2 seniors lost their leading scorer from a year ago. So they're going to be tested here tonight with this Cardinal team who looks to really move the ball around the perimeter, try and use some of their size inside.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned they lost a lot of seniors last year, but their scorer was just a freshman, averaged 15 points a game. He transferred out. That means somebody else has to step up and lead the way. They're hoping that will be Nadi Tazu.
Yeah, he's the spark of this team. He's got a lot of energy, great ball handler, good on-ball defender. He's averaging 8 points a game, had 16 in the matchup last year against Coon Rapids. So, yes, he is definitely the guy they look to for a spark to provide them some offense.
Well, the Cardinals last year, when they beat the Apple Valley Eagles, almost half of their scoring came from guys that did not finish the season with them. The Cardinals went through some adversity last year. They finished with no seniors, so the entire roster they had at section time is except for a couple of notable absences through injury already this season. But they're looking for their young guys to really be able to step up. One of those guys, Captain Jackson Young.
Yeah, Jackson, the leading scorer from a year ago, averaging a little over 11 points, 4 boards per game. Yeah, and he's a prolific scorer. He can light the lamp. Scored 14 points against Apple Valley last year to add with 6 rebounds. So he's a young man that they're a junior. They're looking for as a leader.
Well, and he has definitely added some height this year, so has a little bit more size to his game. That may be a question mark for the Cardinals all season long. They have some, but not a lot of size. And will they be able to protect down low, and will they be able to rebound? Those will be keys to this team's success moving through the season. But it all starts now. The Cardinals and the Eagles tip off next on CTN. Back at the Fieldhouse, just about ready to get this game and this season started for the Coon Rapids boys basketball team as they host the Apple Valley Eagles. And as we get set for tip-off, a very new thing for boys basketball across the state of Minnesota. And here to tell us about it is new to CTN, Lexi Schweiner. Lexi.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be joining your broadcast of this season. Excited to be here for this game. And like you said, there's a new learning curve for both of these teams. They've implemented a 35-second shot clock. This was voted on unanimously December 2021, finally implemented for this 23-24 season. It's going to force both teams to move the ball more, and it's definitely going to cause some pressure those last few minutes before the half and end of the game as well. So I'm excited to see how these teams adjust to it tonight.
All right, thanks, Lexi, and excited to have you on board with us for basketball coverage throughout the season. And Coach Ogorik's team typically, and they're hoping again this year, will be more of a transition team, so the shot clock won't come into that much effect as far as affecting their offense. And if they can get back to defending the way Coach Ogorik teams normally defend, it could mean their opponents have to worry about that shot clock.
Yeah, without a doubt. And when I talked to Coach O, we talked about some of the things that they need to do to be successful, not only tonight, Joe, but the entire season. And, he said defense is the first thing that we talked about, is the fact they need to step up on defense, and they need to work well in transition. They need to pressure the ball. And, of course, Apple Valley said we're always concerned with that 1-3-1 defense that Coon Rapids plays. We'll see how that defense works out here tonight for the Cardinals.
Jason Russ goes up, wins the tip. And then did he travel? Is that what they call him? Apple Valley's going to get the opening possession.
He didn't signal traveling. I'm not sure what they...
Yeah, they just blew the whistle. Very rarely do you see two centers go up and just trap the ball between each other's hands. But Jordan came down with it, but Cardinals do not get that opening possession, and then we have a foul away from the ball and before the shot. Foul's going to go against Connor Jordan. I'm sorry, it was Jason Russ that was in for the tip-off.
Coach O had a lot of things to say about Jason, nice things.
Good strong move down low for Kamari Young. And Apple Valley has the first 2 points, but then he's going to be given a tech for taunting.
The officials, they're not going to have any of that, obviously. Let's see if we can see what happened. And a nice play, nice feed down low. He's able to get the bucket. He must have said some things.
It was not much, depending on what words were used.
And our officials certainly heard them.
And Jackson Young misses the first tech foul shot. Coach Collier, a quick word with Young. Subs out for him. Cardinals get 1 point. And they will have possession of the ball. Young on the left side. Look for room on the baseline. Find it. Kicks it out. Belpedio brings it back up top. Cardinals working around the perimeter. Turning inside is Russ. He gets to the lane, gets a foul, and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Oh, he made a nice move to the basket. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that one to drop. But Coach O said, Jason is very athletic. He will hit the boards very hard. And you talked about not a lot of size. A couple of guys 6'5" on this roster. Actually, Connor Jordan's listed at 6'6".
Yeah, they have height.
And Russ is 6'6" too. Yeah.
But some of these 6.5 foot tall guys look like they could get blown away by a stiff breeze. And when you talk about the Northwest Suburban Conference, you will see some legit big men down low. Three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Hetwer. And the Cardinals back down court. Young driving right to the rim and scoring. Five unanswered points by the Cardinals. And the foul is going to go against Belpedio. And a lot of fouls early, 2 on each team, and we're just over a minute in.
You know, you talked about injuries, and yeah, no Jerry Freeman tonight, the captain for the Cardinals, and also Parker Stoll. He may or may not play, and you know he's going to play a role in this team down the stretch. So we'll see if he gets a chance to get in.
Three-pointer from the corner hits nothing but net for Ryan Christensen, and we're even at 5.
You know, Apple Valley plays 3 sophomores in their starting lineup, and there's their travel.
Well, and they had their leading scorer was a freshman last year. That was the player that
JoJo Mitchell
transferred out. Yep. But I think their 3rd or 4th leading scorer was also a freshman.
Yep.
So some youth that can get the job done for Coach Collier.
Well, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for some of these young guys to step up this season.
Young kicks it back out. Christensen will try it to the other side. Cross court in the corner. Young for 3. That one won't go. Eagles grab the board, though. Good move by Tylen Ward, and then he is fouled.
Jackson Young.
His first, team's 3rd.
Look at that reach in.
Good crossover dribble to find some room by Tazazu, and he finds a lane and scores to put Apple Valley back in front.
Coach Collier talked about his ball handling skills.
Pass inside, ripped away, and another foul against the Cardinals. Trey Parker getting into the passing lane and draws the foul from Jason Russ. And those fouls adding up quick. That was not part of opening night game planning, was to have 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes.
No, and you know, with missing some guys, that's going to test the depth for the Cardinals if they start getting in foul trouble.
And there's another as Belpedio made contact and knocked Tazazu off his feet. His 2nd, team's 5th. Raymond Bennett will check in and give Belpedio a break with the 2 early fouls. Inbound goes to Tazazu. Tazazu looking for room right side. Fadeaway is good. 9-4 Eagles.
Well, you can see why he's that team leader offensively for the Eagles.
Jackson Young into the lane, kicks it out. Hetwer for 3, in and out. Tazazu had the rebound, lost it on the floor, a scramble, and a smart timeout for Coach Dave Collier. As soon as he saw Tazazu on the floor get possession, he found the referee and made sure to get the timeout.
Tazazu, really nice job. He's just going to step away from Bennett, and he's going to drain the jump shot.
And as we talked about, that is the big key for this year's team. For Coon Rapids, can they defend better than they did last year?
Right.
They went through that adversity last year.
They
the
did.
Offense came around all right. They were scoring decent points down the stretch, but they lost after the departures. They went 2-14 down the stretch, and a lot of that had to do with the amount of points they were giving up. They gave up the most points per game of any team in Class 4A.
Yeah, those are the things that certainly that Coach O needs to cut down on, wants his squad to cut down on this season. But obviously it's a long season, first game of the year. And, you know, I said to him, he said he's excited, but it's a mystery a little bit.
Cardinals pressure forces the turnover. Jackson Young back the other way, guarded by Cameron Young. Gets it into the post. Underneath, Russ kicks it out. Young for three. That misses everything. Rebound tipped and controlled by Trey Parker. To Zazu, open look for three. It's good.
Oh, they're gonna call
foul. Young can't believe it. That'll be his second.
Yeah, he's going to have to take a seat on the bench. Kenny Jones is going to come in for him.
Wasn't a lot of contact there. But
he actually just went down. But
Zazu has scored the last 7 points in the game and not able to convert on the free one. Connor Jordan goes up and gets the rebound. A 12-5 lead for Apple Valley as Coon Rapids comes across midcourt. Jordan leaves it off. Kenny Jones, left side for Bennett. Finds room in the paint. His shot won't fall. Rebound tipped around. Cardinals can't get control. Cameron Young can, and here the other way comes Tylen Ward. Kicks it back out. Young will bring it right back in low, draw the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot two. And already less than 4 minutes in to this first half, Apple Valley is in the bonus.
Yeah, and that's not the way that...
Three starters with 2 fouls each.
Yeah, as you talked about, not the way that they wanted to start this contest. If they continue to commit those fouls, it's going to be an awful long night for Coon Rapids.
Kamari Young, as you saw, just a sophomore. He had the first points of the game, drew that technical foul. Jeremy Oddie checks in for Coon Rapids. Young hits them both clean. It's a 14-5 lead.
Oddie's going to play a lot of point guard, especially without Freeman.
Bennett finding room inside, kicks it out. Oddie for three. That one won't go. The rebound controlled by Christensen. In some traffic, able to wait for it to clear. And now Trey Parker will get up court. Into the corner, wide open look for Isaiah Ford, and another three-pointer, the third already of this first half for Apple Valley.
Yeah, and they're pulling away here early in this contest, already up by 12. We can see it again, just a nice find in the corner. And Ford's a pretty good scorer himself. He's able to drop that one.
While we have this timeout, let's go down on the sidelines to Lexi. Lexi.
Hey guys, yes, Coon Rapids obviously struggling right away in this game. 3 key starters out tonight with injuries. Tegan Plowman-Tate actually broke his collarbone at practice on Black Friday. Had surgery this past Friday, hoping for a better timeline soon, but he could potentially be out the entire season. Jerry Freeman, also one of the playmakers for this team, out with ankle issues. Parker Stoll as well out for tonight with ankle issues. They hope he's going to be back next week. Guys.
Thanks, Lexi. Yeah, and Tegan Plowman-Tate was one of the young guys that got a little bit of extra time last year after the departures and really started to find his groove, kind of a pure shooter.
Yep.
And they were looking for him to be one of their top guns on the outside. Big three-pointer right there for Jackson Hetworth.
Well, and the Cardinals needed that too. And, you know, Parker Stoll, when I talked to Coach O, he thought there was a slight chance that he might be able to go tonight, but unfortunately he was not able to.
Right down the paint, getting his own miss as Kamari Young takes it up again. That won't go. Cardinals able to secure the ball. Kenny Jones, a good tip to get it to Jeremy Oddie. It was a good look from Hetworth underneath, but off the hands of Jason Russ, and a turnover for the Cardinals. That was 15 unanswered points for Apple Valley before the three-pointer by Hetworth. But still, Apple Valley with a solid lead here early in the first half. Cardinals wanted to travel, don't get it. Young underneath. Bounced it off the bottom of the backboard. Cardinals back the other way. Hatwer into the corner for Bennett. Into the post. Russ back up top. Three-pointer will not fall. Oh, it did fall for Jones. I thought it was coming off the rim. That's another big three-pointer to cut it back to a 6-point lead.
Yeah, got the home bounce.
Zazu drives, comes up empty. Cardinals move it up floor into the corner. Bennett for three. That one's in and out, tipped around on the rebound. Controlled by Parker, and Apple Valley back the other way. Losing the handle was Whitaker, able to get it back, and they'll reset the offense. Young out near midcourt. Under 12 minutes to play in the first half. The drive by Young comes off the rim. Cardinals racing back the other way. Russ to Bennett. Gets it to Jones up top. They work it around. Hatwer from the right corner. That's going to be short. Young up for the rebound. And then just leaves it off for Whitaker. Omar Whitaker back to Zazu. Pull-up jumper is good for Trey Parker. Adi to the other end. We'll slow down. Hatwer back up top for Kenny Jones. Back to Hatwer. Adi driving baseline up top. Kenny Jones, the open look for three. That won't go. Rebound taken by Zazu. He's just going to beat everybody down floor and roll it off the top of the rim. Cardinals back the other way.
And no one more surprised than him that he missed that one.
Came back, though, and got the steal on that pass in front of Bennett. And then Ford tripped up by Bennett.
Nothing called.
No, it was inadvertent. This is just two guys getting their feet caught together.
Yep.
It looks like Ford
he really just fell on his own.
Tripped himself up a little bit, but I think there was inadvertent, incidental contact between the two players. As hard as a player going full bore down the field, any contact, or down the court, you feel any contact should bring you a foul. When you get tripped up, you're in front of the defender like that. Bennett throws it up and knocks it down. Another three-pointer. That's 3 in a row for the Cardinals. Back to a 5-point game.
Yeah, doing a nice job because they were up by 12 at one point, and Cardinals doing a nice job hitting those shots from the outside.
Ford into the paint, goes to the left hand and scores.
Does a nice job of shielding his body, getting to that left hand, and able to wrap around for the bucket.
Adi tried to cut back and traveled. Cardinals turned it over. Cardinals getting some solid support from the student section on opening night.
Yeah, nice crowd here tonight. A lot of people making the drive from Apple Valley.
Zazu gets it to Tylen Ward, right side. They move the ball well into the corner. Christensen for three. He's got another one. It's a 10-point lead.
Well, that's how you build the lead back up.
Adi, room on the baseline, kicks it out. Bennett for three, looking to answer. It won't go. The rebound by Christensen. And Zazu will let his team get down court. Cardinals bringing the pressure at midcourt. But the Eagles able to pass through it. Back up top to Zazu. Thought about this shot, drives instead, in some trouble. Finds some help underneath. Ward goes over his head to knock it down. And Cardinals are going to turn it over again.
Back in the game, Cardinals number 23, Jackson Edward.
Bennett was kind of falling out of bounds, not able to get the pass away before turning it over. Kamari Young will send it in to Nat Tazazu. Cardinals bring in the double team on him. Eagles again passing out of it. Etwer got a piece of that pass, but it got through to Christensen. Tazazu for three. That won't fall. Christensen has the rebound. Young was right there with him.
Call him for the foul.
They're going to call Young for the foul, I think, and that's going to be his third. Christensen had position, had the ball first.
I don't know.
That's tough.
Two players going for the ball.
Well, Christensen was clearly off balance going for the ball. I think that's a good no-call situation, but that's a tough third foul against one of your top scorers and captains. 1-1, and Christensen able to rattle it around and down.
Yeah,
and get the second.
It takes your top scorer out of the game. And, Cardinals now trailing by 13. Christensen looking to make it 14.
Not able to do so. Bennett Belpedio rather, with the rebound. Jordan up top. Hands it off to Kenny Jones. Gets a pick. Finds some room inside. High lofted shot. Won't fall. Rebound controlled by Tylan Ward. Parker cross court. Tazazu back to Ward. He'll take the three and knock it down.
Yeah, they do a nice job of working the ball around the perimeter and dropping those open looks. And I mean, all of a sudden now your lead that was down to 5 at one spot is now up to 16.
Yeah, they move the ball very well in the half court. Belpedio will come back out near midcourt. Shot clock down to 10. Belpedio tried to split a couple of defenders, able to get a foul. And that's the first foul. Again, there were 2 fouls on each team inside the first 2 minutes of this game. But that's the first foul against Apple Valley since that time.
Yeah, just their third team foul. Coon Rapids already in the bonus situation with 8.
And it's where those fouls are that's
Correct.
really going to hurt the Cardinals moving forward. We talk about Jackson Young with 3, 2 other starters with 2 each. Kenny Jones awaits to inbound.
You have to get rid of it soon.
In for Russ. Russ is going to be called for the offensive foul for hooking the elbow. Good defense by Kamari Young.
Where they call the infraction.
You look at Young, obviously a nice ball player. He's had a nice impact on the game for Apple Valley already. But look at the size of him. Not just the height, but the overall size and athleticism, and he's just a sophomore. Good look underneath. And dropping it home is Jason Russ.
Nice dime for Marty. He's able to find Russ underneath, and you saw the ability of Russ to get to the hoop.
Belpedio gets a hand in the passing lane, tips it out of bounds, but Cardinals going to be called for a foul before that, and that's going to be number 10.
Yep.
So it will be a 2-shot foul.
And there's still about 7 minutes remaining in this half.
He called it a 1-and-1, but when he looks up and sees that's foul number 10, It will be a 2-shot foul. Coach Ogoric asking for an explanation. Well, he signaled the 1-and-1 again.
And that's 3 on Connor Jordan.
Yeah, that's 2 starters with 3 fouls each. Just 11 minutes into the game. Young missed the first. And he misses them both. Rebound by Jason Russ. And the Cardinals will come back up court. Adi leaning in against Tazazu. Will kick it back out. Kenny Jones will draw the foul. And both teams are looking incredulously after the whistle blows, as some of these fouls maybe could have been gone uncalled.
Yeah, they're not shy to blow the whistle here tonight.
Nope. And with that being the case, it could end up being a game of attrition. Who is able to keep bodies on the floor? Good hand by Tazazu, tracks it down, finds the trailer, and the shot just misses for Ranu.
Yeah, good thought there. Just unfortunately cannot get the ball to fall for the Eagles. And Cardinals need stops and buckets.
Belpedio had it poked away out of bounds. Cardinals will keep it. 6:21 to go. Jackson Young to inbound, gives it to Adi. Adi blocked, but right to Hetwer. Hetwer looking for help. Cross court into the corner for Gavin DeVries. Back up top. Hetwer cuts back. He'll take the three from the top of the key. Shot won't go. Tipped around and controlled by the Eagles. Kamari Young will head up floor. All alone underneath is Renua, and he's not going to miss that one.
No, and just a great look to find him, and just not getting back defensively for the Cardinals. And
Russ goes up strong and draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul's going to be called against Isaiah Ford.
That'd be his second. Team fifth.
Russ able to hit the first. And the Cardinals, we talked about it at the beginning. They need to defend better all season long, but this last 5:45 of the first half, they need some stops, and they need to be able to cut into that lead before they get to the break. Jackson Hetwer nearly had a steal, stolen back by Christensen. Ford in the corner for three. He's got another one. That's his third. Well, and the Cardinals call timeout.
They don't need much in terms of an open look, and you can see a nice drop by Ford there for the three. And again, just all alone, defense not coming up and challenging him, and he's going to drop that.
Down on the sidelines again, we go to Lexi Schweinert. Lexi.
Hey guys, yes, some early success here for the Eagles and Coach David Collier, who's in only his second season with the team. He had been coaching at De La Salle for 17 years before this job. He also went to high school there. He played basketball there, winning a state title with them, so he knows what it takes. Like you guys mentioned at the top of the show, this team was 4-23 last year. Coach told me when I talked to him a couple days ago that this has really been a rebuilding couple of years for them since COVID, and tonight's score proves that they're off to a great start this year.
No question about that, Lexi. 6 3-pointers already here in the first half.
I want to give a quick shout out to Rob DeVries, whose bowling team won the state championship, and he's not able to be here obviously tonight, and we want to thank him for watching. We're thinking of him, hope he's doing well, but thanks for watching, Rob.
And Gavin getting some minutes early.
And Gavin getting some minutes early.
Maybe earlier than anyone wanted to see him on the floor, except maybe Dad.
Well, yeah.
Certainly, Coach Ogorek did not want to be using his bench as much as he has in this first half.
His hand has been dealt that way.
Driving his Hetwer too strong off the backboard. Rebound tipped around, and a foul is going to be called. Oh, no, it was illegal touch.
Yep.
Came back inbounds without first establishing both feet inbounds. And that's a good call.
It is.
Cardinals will go all the way to the backcourt. Belpedio will hand it off for Adi as he resets the offense. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-pointer is off the mark for Gavin DeVries, with the Cardinals able to recover and reset the offense. Working the perimeter, DeVries down in the corner. And the time clock became an issue. Cardinals tried to force a pass underneath. It was picked off in a fast break bucket at the other end for Trey Parker.
Yeah, again, Cardinals not getting back on defense, not the timeout that Coach O wanted. They didn't get the look on offense, and then they gave up the bucket in transition.
Well, and again, the shot clock's going to be an adjustment.
Absolutely.
We for years have talked about being patient on offense, making sure you're passing around and getting a good look, and you just don't have that ability quite as much with the shot clock. Couple opportunities come up empty for the Eagles, and Omar Whitaker, I'm not sure how he didn't get a foul on that call, but he gets it back, he gets the foul and the bucket this time. He'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
I think they're going to call that on Russ, I believe. And that's going to be his third.
Yeah, a little grab there. So now 3 starters with 3 fouls each.
Yeah, that's tough.
In the first half. Whitaker able to rattle it around and down, and it's a 40-18 lead for Apple Valley with just under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, things aren't clicking so far here in this first contest for Coon Rapids. And you see more pressure here applied by the Eagles.
Well, he came in with a team that gained some experience last year, but still needed to have everybody contribute top-level performance every night in order to be competitive. And then, you lose a couple of guys with injury before the season even starts. This game, clearly, some guys have been limited with fouls, and they're forced to try and look for those three-point shots. They've had some good looks, but not all of them are falling. And that's allowed Apple Valley to really control this game and build that lead. Adi able to spin through some traffic, kicks it out, and DeVries can't stay in bounds on the far side. Or, sorry, that's Ray Bennett. Tazazu gets it ahead. And now Isaiah Ford back to Tazazu, left wing for 3. It's good.
He has 10 here in the first half. Talked about he's averaged a little over 8 points a game last year.
Adi kicks it out. Three-pointer from the corner is good for Gavin DeVries. Ford working against Bennett. Kicks it out. Young will drive on the baseline. Tried to reverse. Comes up empty. The rebound for the Cardinals. Driving is Bennett. He gets the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, with all the fouls called here, it's been a long first half.
Well, the visitors, I don't think mind.
No.
Because they are comfortably ahead up 43-21.
Yes,
Oh,
they
they
are.
called the foul on the floor, so no shots. Cardinals will be in the bonus after this, but 2:09 remaining. Inbound goes to Belpedio on the left side. Waiting for some help and not getting a lot of motion there. Adi finally comes to support. Bennett across to Belpedio. DeVries wants another 3. This time it's not going to fall. Christensen has the rebound and just hands it off there for Trey Parker. Parker with the sweetest shoes on the floor.
Yep.
Gets it into the front court. Kamari Young, good drive. This time the reverse works well for him, and it's 45-21.
Yeah, quick little step to get the wraparound. He has 6.
Bennett trying to find room against Parker, can't. Gets it back out to Jones, leaves it off for Belpedio. Kenny Jones thought about the shot, works against Young. Christensen got a hand in on the pass. He'll race to the other end. Jones will take the foul, and Christensen slow to get up.
See it coming back, and Christensen on transition. There's a hard foul by Kenny Jones. That's his first.
Christensen bounces it off the rim and out. We talk sometimes too much, perhaps, about the importance of free throws. A lot easier to miss free throws when you're up by 20 in the first half.
Yeah, it hurts less.
Kenny Jones able to get to the rebound for the Cardinals. Quickly to the other end, Belpedio throws up a prayer. It's not answered. Trey Parker has it for Apple Valley.
A lot of one and done down court for the Cardinals.
Parker working against Adi, and he slipped. And that will be a turnover as he ends up out of bounds. Pound for pound, best defender on the floor, perhaps?
Perhaps, yeah.
Jeremy Adi.
Yep.
Of course, he's going to be my favorite.
Oh, of course.
Trey Parker saw that pass coming, jumps in, gets the steal, drops another bucket for Apple Valley, under 30 seconds to go. Kenny Jones able to answer at the other end. Shot clock turned off as we're into the final 10 seconds, and the Eagles aren't going to force much. Young's shot won't fall. The follow is good, though, for Tylen Ward. And that'll take us to the break with Apple Valley leading 49-23.
Yeah, you know, a tough first half, obviously. It's again, Coach O said, you know, this is a season that he's excited about. This actually offers a little mystery to him because he really doesn't know what he has. He's missing a big component of this team in Jerry Freeman, obviously. So it's going to be exciting.
Well, it's definitely not the start he wanted, but he is on the floor with Lexi Schweiner. Lexi?
Hey, Coach, not the start that you wanted, like they just said. Lots of fouls early, 4 fouls in the first 4 minutes. How has that impacted this game?
Oh, big time. We're out about 3 guys anyway, you know. So now some of our guys that we're counting on to fill in for other guys, they're in foul trouble. So we've had to get really deep. We've had to play some guys through fatigue level we're probably not ready to play at yet. But, I mean, we got to play now, execute better, too. So it's just a confluence of things. The fouls hurt us for sure, put us in some spots. Again, having to play fatigued, having to play different guys, but yuck.
A whole nother half to go, though. What are you going to say to your players when you head into the locker room?
I mean, we got to keep pounding the stone here. I mean, we got to clean some things up. Some of our basic execution we're not doing. Things that some of these guys have been playing. Some of these guys are seniors. We're going the wrong way. We don't know our baseline out-of-bounds plays that we've had for years. Totally lack of communication on defense. Some of us are doing switches. So it's really messy, and we need to tighten it up. And, there's still opportunities. Like I pulled one of our players there, and I know he's frustrated and said, listen, there's a lot of opportunity for growth still, big picture, but there's a lot of opportunity for growth in this one, a lot of opportunity for growth. So what's that growth going to be? Collectively, we got to execute better together. We got to communicate together. Individually, like what are some of the things I'm lapsing in that I could do better at, And that being said, we'll get some guys coming because, we're down 193 here. And, it doesn't matter that some of these guys have 3 fouls at this point. And it's an opportunity for some other guys maybe to get into and see what they can do.
Yeah. Well, luckily the deficit isn't that big. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Lexi, and we will send it to a break. We'll be back with first half stats or highlights after this. You're watching live boys basketball on CTN.
Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, it's a one-sided affair through the first half. Apple Valley lighting it up from long range and really spreading that lead, forcing the Cardinals to take a lot of fouls. Nada Tizazu has been as advertised, leading the way in double digits in that first half. But what impressed me most was their ball movement and certainly their perimeter shooting. 7 3-pointers for Apple Valley in the first half. Cardinals were able to hit 3 straight from beyond the arc to get that lead back to a 5-point deficit about midway, but then the Eagles again went on a run, scored 11 unanswered, and just continued to spread the gap the rest of the way. Had a couple of other runs of 10 or 11 points in there as they built that lead to what it is now, 26 points at the break.
Well, you can see the ball rotation that you mentioned, that they just really do a nice job, and really Cardinals offensively, no answers for them in this situation. They're down big, and as Coach O said, you know, they're missing some guys quite obviously, which certainly hurts. But the fact that they're committing so many fouls and getting in this situation, that's why we're at this 49-23 lead for Apple Valley at the break.
We will take another break and be back with the second half after this. You're watching boys basketball live on CTN. Back in the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, Apple Valley a 49-23 lead at half over the Cardinals. And Lexi Schweinert is now down on the sidelines with Eagles head coach David Collier. Lexi?
Hey, Coach, first game of the season, your team is up by 26 points at half. What is this an early indicator of this team's success and potential?
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, our motto this year is never satisfied. And so we came out with a, be first attitude, and we weren't going to wait for what Coon Rapids was going to bring. We came out and wanted to hit them first. And when we hit them, we want to keep on hitting them because we have a lot of goals that we want to get to. And in this first game, we wanted to make a statement for sure. Now, it's not over yet, though. So we have to come out in the second half and do it again.
Not over yet for sure, but you really built that lead up with countless three-pointers. What are you liking about your team shooting from behind the arc?
You know, I like the fact that we're sharing the ball, and, our kids work hard. So they've been in the gym early in the morning before other kids are getting up for school and working on shooting. But, I like the fact that we're moving the ball, we're moving into high clips. So, I wish we were shooting better from the free throw line because it might be up 30.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you. All right.
Send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Lexi, and I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
I love that he brought up the free throw shooting, even though they're up 26. He wants to see better free throw shooting, but as I mentioned during the highlights, what impressed me most was how they move the ball in the half court. They
very much so.
have done a great job of drawing the defense and finding the open man. And, 7 3-pointers in the first half, and I think that's from 5 different guys. Yep. So at least 4. So that's an impressive way to get your season started.
Well, go back to his point about the missed free throws. Obviously, if this were a closer game, it would mean so much more. So he's planning that in the head of the guys as this season progresses. If we're in a close contest and you get to the foul line, you have to make them.
I think I know someone who has mentioned that in the past.
Yeah.
Essentially to the point of being ad nauseum.
Yeah. But it's true.
Well, I don't know a ton about basketball, but I do know that much. Pass inside, tipped away out of bounds. Cardinals will keep it. Yeah, you look at the scoring, the guys on the floor, 10 points, 9 points, 8 points, 7 points, 6 points. That's what you call sharing the ball.
Well, yeah, that's what you want to do. That's how you win basketball games.
Cardinals, on the other hand, have one guy on the floor, Jason Russ, with 6 points, a couple of guys with 3 points, and a couple of guys with 0. Young looking for 3, it won't go. Long rebound controlled by Isaiah Ford. And Young will slowly bring it up court. Hardly pressured until he gets to the 3-point line. He drives right past Jordan and drops one home.
That's 8 points for him so far in the night.
Good look from Ross Christensen with a block on Young. They kick it back to Hetwer for 3, and he knocks it down.
Well, good look by Jackson. He's able to drop it, and they're going to need a lot of those threes tonight if they're going to climb back out of this hole. But it doesn't happen unless you make stops on defense.
That's the start and the finish of it. Long pass was taken away by Tazazu, and
hit him in the face.
Yeah, I think Jordan might have gotten him in the eye a little bit. And that's going to be number 4 against Connor Jordan.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh, I got him lower. I thought with the way he went down that he might have gotten him in the eye, but certainly hope that Tazazu's okay. It looks like he's headed back to the bench, but I'm sure we'll see him again. Christensen for 3. That one's hard off the back iron. Long rebound controlled by Jason Russ. Young runs to the paint, looking for help. Hetwer in the corner. Russ thought about the 3, will drive instead, and will draw the foul.
Well, you drive to the basket, you make something happen, and if you don't get the shot off, or you happen to pick up a foul, you try and get those 2 points from the line. That's on Christensen, his second.
First one rattles out for Jason Russ. Tazazu set to check back in for the Eagles. And he misses them both. Christensen has the rebound for Apple Valley, hands it off to Tazazu, and he will patiently bring it up court. Young back to Tazazu, left side, gets a pick from Christensen, looks for room in the paint, and he is going to be fouled. The foul is going to be called on Young, and that's going to be number 4 against him.
Yeah,
and Young is slow to get up.
I was going to say, he's slow to get up. He took a hard fall to the floor.
Took the official a while before he signaled it. This. Tazazu hits the first. And the foul troubles continue. Only 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But
both on the Cardinals.
Number 4 on 2
players.
of their starters. Tazazu hits them both. Makes it a 27-point lead. Getting a hand in on it was Ford. Tazazu recovers behind the defense and goes to the hole and draws another foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Debbie and Aluka fresh on the floor and takes the foul.
Yeah, Coach O had some nice things to say about Aluka. You know, big and athletic, and he goes hard, and he gives him a lot of energy coming off the bench for the Cardinals.
Tazazu hits them both. He's got 14. Lead is 29. Bennett working against Tazazu. His pass deflected by Ford will end up out of bounds. I'm sorry, Ward. Ford and Ward. On the same squad. I remember a rather dangerous running back duo for the Cardinals years ago by the names of Ford and Ward. Bennett tripped up, and it's going to be a foul against Apple Valley. Going against
Ward.
Tylen Ward.
Yep.
They do a nice job, too, of getting hands in on passing lanes. Tazazu thought Belpedio may have touched it after he got the deflection. Yeah, he's a really nice player.
He's very, very solid, very fluid.
When you talk about, you know, the youth that they have, and to have a leader like that this year is nice. Young is going to be an impressive player as he gets another bucket.
Yeah, he's
just a sophomore.
Solidly built, able to take that to the hoop.
Shot wouldn't go for Russ. Christensen the rebound for Apple Valley. Young sees the defense sleeping, takes advantage, takes it to the hole, gets the bucket plus the foul. Got to pay attention.
You really do. And, you know, and when you're down big like this, you know, you have a tendency to lapse a little.
Well, and the 2 defenders in the paint were communicating as to whose responsibility was which.
He just drove down the middle.
And Young saw them with their back to him, and he drove right between them.
Yep.
So 2 very quick fouls against Aluka. Did not see any time in the first half. And as Coach Ogorek talked about, got to get deeper on the bench because of all these fouls. Young able to complete the 3-point play. He's got 13. And the pass from Bennett, too tall for Young. And the Cardinals turn it back over.
Yeah, turnovers, fouls, just, you know, not a clean game for Coon Rapids here tonight by any stretch of the imagination.
Coach O trying to resist ripping out what little hair he has left. Tazazu drives, lost the handle, and then Jackson Young jumps the passing lane, gets a steal. He'll drive to the other end, get the foul on Ford, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and again, just make something happen. Starts with the steal, and then the run to the other side of the court. And again, you just get that opportunity. There's a nice steal there, and then you get that opportunity to see if you can put some points on the board. And he's not going to get them from the floor, but he's going to try and obviously earn them from the stripe. Earn 1 there.
Back in the game, Cardinals number 3, Jeremy Adi.
Second one won't go for Young. Ford has the rebound.
Again, Apple Valley is doing a really nice job on the boards on both ends of the court.
Well, and that was the other issue, talking to Coach O last week, and when we went to talk to him about the preview, is, defense had to be better and rebounded.
Yep.
They have to be able to protect the rim better, and they just have not done so. They did not do very well at that last year. And so far tonight, Apple Valley dominating on the boards. Belpedio lost it in traffic. Young able to get control, and here's Ford going the other way. His shot won't go. Rebound tipped home by Tylen Ward.
And again, just not getting back on defense, and then Apple Valley had numbers underneath offensively.
And again, the Cardinals rush to the rim, but come up empty. Young back the other way, drops it in over Young. Pass taken away by Young. Back the other way, Tylen Ward. And he'll lay it up and in.
Coach O's going to take a timeout, and yeah, he needs to at this point. 66-27.
Yeah, this is a 17-4 start to the half. After you're already down big going to the locker room, hoping you got some things straightened out, and instead the second half starts much like the first half went. A few too many fouls, not enough defense, and certainly not enough scoring.
No, I mean there's a lot to work on for this team, and granted it is the first game of the season, but you like to see a little different output here from your squad when you're trailing 66-27 and you're being outscored to start that second half the way that they are. Coach O maybe scratching his head a little bit of what he needs to do. Now, granted, foul trouble has hindered them. Missing 3 players has hindered them. But nonetheless, they're just not playing well here tonight.
Well, and you talk about those players they're missing. They were really hoping for big things out of Tegan Plowman Tate, and they're going to have to find a way to play without him all season long.
Yep.
And, with Plowman Tate, you're talking about a guy that, as a sophomore, wasn't really getting a ton of time early in the season. The departures opened up a little bit more playing time for him, and he took advantage of that. And he, as we talked about early, he's a pure shooter, another guy that can be dangerous from outside the arc. And, he's got some size. He's 6'3". But now he's going to miss his whole junior season, and that's going to be tough.
That is tough. And Coach O talked about how hard he worked over the summer to improve his game.
Foul's going to be called against Omar Whitaker. Plowman Tate still trying to take advantage of being a part of the team, do what he can in his absence, at least, to encourage his teammates. Three-pointer for Belpedio doesn't hit, but he's going to get 3 free throws as he was bumped after the fact by Omar Whitaker.
A couple of infractions here for Apple Valley. I mean, that's one that you can't give up as regardless of the score. That's not one that you can afford to do.
Belpedio will hit the first of 3. And it's never over until it's over.
Of course not.
But with 13 minutes,
it's a big hole.
A huge hole. And as we talked about, the big thing is the stops.
Right.
And the rebounds. On the miss, he hits 2 of 3, and Young jumped in there, and really nobody there to even come close to boxing him out. And it's a tough game to get any rhythm in as well because of all the fouls. It seems there's a foul on nearly every possession of this ball game.
Absolutely. And obviously, something that Coach O needs to figure out a way to clean up. And sometimes that's not such an easy chore.
First foul of the night for Jeremy Oddie, but it will put Trey Parker at the free throw line.
2, Ryan Christensen.
And able to get the roll on the second one as well. 68-29, the lead for Apple Valley. Young stops up, a little miscommunication. They turn it back over. Here comes Parker again. That shot won't fall. Christensen has the rebound for the Eagles. He'll take it back up. That won't go. They jump in and get another rebound. Nice hands from Isaiah Ford to keep possession. No reset. Shot clock under 10.
You get 3 opportunities there.
Parker launches the long 3. It's off the mark. Belpedio has the rebound. Jackson Young for 3, and it's good.
Jackson Young from downtown.
That's just 7 points for Jackson. I mean, he's been hindered by 4 personal fouls here tonight.
Parker steps up, looking to answer. It's hard off the back iron. Belpedio has it and races to the other end. Takes it straight at Parker and scores underneath.
Belpedio for 2.
Back-to-back baskets for Coon Rapids as Apple Valley's going to take a timeout.
And as we have this timeout on the floor, we go back down to the floor and Lexi Schweiner. Lexi?
Hey guys, yes, a bright spot tonight for Coon Rapids has definitely been sophomore Jackson Young. Obviously, the team is struggling a little bit, but Coach Joel told me that he's counting on big things for Jackson this year. He's also an interesting kind of player. He's actually a 4-sport player. He's a football kicker. He also plays track, and he takes AP calculus. So he's a very well-rounded guy. His dad is also a Coon Rapids grad. So even though he's in his dad's shadow, he's kind of creating his own legacy. His younger brother is on JV as well. So Coach Joe told me there's a little bit of a rivalry there.
Yeah, it's funny, Lexi, thank you. And I was talking to Jackson's parents. I said, you know, where did he get the height? Because John is definitely not terribly tall. And then Connor, you know, here's Jackson out here about 6'2", 6'3", and Connor, the younger brother, is about 5'4".
Well, Connor's the before and Jackson's the after.
Well, Connor's my favorite of the Jackson children.
Because he's the shortest.
Because I can, you know, see eye to eye with him. Yeah, it just height doesn't always distribute evenly within a family. I'm familiar with that. My older brother, much taller than I am. But yeah, Jackson, obviously, I think he's a captain of the basketball team.
Yep.
He plays soccer and football in the fall. That shot from Hetwer is short, and Apple Valley has the rebound, and that is the really what has killed the Cardinals maybe more than anything. The fouls, obviously a factor as well, but the rebounding.
Yeah, they
aren't. I don't keep track of rebounds, but I would be willing to wager that Apple Valley holds a 2-to-1, if not 3-to-1 edge. It might be
3-to-1. They've just do such a nice job. I mean, you saw that one possession down the court, 3 rebounds on their offensive opportunity.
Young in the middle got his own rebound and then got a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. I would say, I would say 3-to-1 is.
Yeah, that's
probably closer to accurate.
He's fouled out.
Oh, and that is going to be number 10.
Number 5, number 10.
That's what I meant.
Yep. Yeah, so he'll foul out with, I believe, 7 points on the night.
I was trying to read lips on the Coach O to the official conversation, trying to argue that hands were just up, and the official said, nope, he came down with the hands. That's a foul. Young, short on free throw number 1. 3 guys now in double digits for the Eagles. And it's Kamari Young that is leading the way with 15. Make it 16 in the game. 69-34 is the lead.
the
full court pressure from Apple Valley, even up this big. And it forces the turnover as the pass was too tall for Jeremy Oddie, and he was able to knock it away from Renua, but out of bounds.
the leading scorers for Apple Valley, both they're seniors. As you mentioned, Young was 16, and
Young's a sophomore, though.
oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. My bad. But he'll be a senior eventually.
Eventually he will. Well, and there's so much upside to that kid. I've really enjoyed watching him play. And you just look at the way, I mean, he's a big kid, athletically built. And yeah, and again, just a sophomore. And they do such a nice job of reading the play and jumping into passing lanes. And that's going to be number 5 against Connor Jordan.
Yep.
As Dylan Renua was the one to jump into the passing lane and go in, draw the foul. Number 5 against Jordan. He's done for the night. And Renua at the line to shoot 2. But yeah, the long cross-court passes have been way too predictable for Coon Rapids, and Apple Valley has been anticipating them and getting into passing lanes all game long.
All game long. They're just being more athletic and taking advantage of all the opportunities that Coon Rapids have been giving them.
Renua missed the first, able to hit the second. Hatward drives down court and draws the foul on Isaiah Ford.
That'll be his 4th.
And he's really the only one for Apple Valley that's in foul.
Correct.
They try to go to the backcourt, and again, as I talked about, predictable passes and good anticipation on defense.
Yeah, a good basketball.
Zazu jumped in, got the steal, got the basket.
I was going to say, a good basketball team's going to make you pay for those mistakes, and Apple Valley certainly has done that.
Adi drives the other way, draws a foul. And that'll be number 7 against Apple Valley, so Coon Rapids into the bonus with just under 10 minutes remaining in this second half. And they need to cut into this lead, because once we get under 8 minutes,
it's running time.
It could be running time.
Yep.
That basket makes it a 37-point deficit. Adi hits them both. And that I definitely did not expect tonight to see running time either way. Young, little delay, gets the foul on Kenny Jones, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That'll be Kenny's 2nd. Team 9th.
His 2nd personal 9th team foul. Young to the line for the Eagles.
And for Coach Collier, it was nice of him to join Lexi between the half and kind of give us his impressions. Got to feel pretty good looking at it where he is now.
Oh, yeah.
And knowing he's got an opportunity to get some more guys from deeper on the bench, some game time in the first game of the season that they wouldn't have maybe gotten had it been a closer contest, as Julian Carter checks in.
It just gives him the opportunity to empty his bench a little bit more. And as you mentioned, especially here in the first game of the season.
Adi working against Tazazu, nearly lost the handle, but Tazazu came back a little too aggressively and is going to be called for the foul.
That's his 4th.
Fouls on the Eagles number 1, Nati Tazazu, his his fourth personal 8th team foul. Adi to the line for the Cardinals.
Adi hits the first, earns the second.
Back in the game, Eagles number 5, Trey Parker.
Trey Parker checks in. Tazazu will go to the bench with his 4 fouls. Adi hits them both. "35-point lead for Apple Valley. Just under 9.5 minutes to play in the second half. Bringing it up court, Trey Parker kicks it back out. Ford thought about the 3, and he shuffled his feet.
Back in the game, the Eagles number 11, Darius Jones.
Kenny Jones down the left side, cross court to Jeremy Adi. Into the corner, 3-pointer is off the mark for DeVries. And again, Apple Valley with the rebound. Ford to Ward up top. Gets past Bennett, his shot won't fall. Rebound tipped around. Jones flies to the floor to get the rebound.
A good hustle by Kenny Jones there to make sure the Cardinals get the ball possession.
3-pointer from the top of the key is good for Ray Bennett. And that has gotten it back under the threshold for running time, at least for now. Whitaker up top. And he carried
it, yep.
Adi kicks it to the corner. DeVries for 3. That one won't fall. Rebound ends up out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball. Jason Russ right in between a couple of Eagles battling for that board. DeVries inbounds. Bennett bobbled it a bit, able to turn around and score.
Bennett for 2.
That'll give Bennett 8 points on the night. Lead is 30 for Apple Valley.
Three-pointer is off the mark for Carter. Cardinals have the rebound. Bennett left side for Adi. Back up to Raymond Bennett. Try and get inside. His pass deflected, taken away, and back the other way goes Renua. Tried to leave it off. Ward is blocked by Russ. And retreating with it is Omar Whitaker. Timeout Apple Valley. 6:45 to go here in the second half. Eagles with a 30-point lead.
Yeah, they've been dominant from start here through the last 6:45 remaining here in this second half, and Cardinals just trying to find an answer on how they can get their offense going. And
well, we had been so impressed with the Coach Ogorek defenses we've seen in the past, and that really led them to some success. They had made a couple of trips to section title games, and it was all based on the defense. Yes, they had guys who could score. Yes, they've had guys in the program who could take over games in the past. Maybe they don't have anyone that has that ability right now, but the team defense is where it all started. Those teams that really started to turn this program around about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, and we're obviously not seeing that here tonight from the Cardinals. And you know, I don't know if that's some adjustments that Coach O needs to make. And you know, does he have the right group of guys to play that defense? And we'll see. I mean, it's one game. It's a long season.
Well, and we haven't really seen them go to the 1-3-1 a lot here tonight. They've been doing a lot of 2-3 zone, a lot of half-court trap. And that, I think, has a lot to do with the personnel that he has.
I agree.
Because the 1-3-1, while it's a very difficult defense to play against, it's also a very difficult defense to play. You have to have 5 guys that really know how to rotate well and have length to be able to take away passing lanes when you just have one guy up top.
Yeah, but I think the key thing that you said is just that the guys on the floor now maybe aren't. It's not the defense for the Cardinals to run. I mean, again, you're missing some key players. And a couple guys who will be back, obviously, and Jerry Freeman and Parker Stoll.
Well, and I don't know that that's going to add the length, maybe a little bit more athleticism.
That's what part of that is the athleticism.
100%.
So, yeah.
But you got to have a tall body up top with long limbs that's very athletic.
Yeah, you do.
At the same time, as Parker missed both free throws and the Cardinals come away with the rebound, other defenses can be very effective. I mean, obviously, not a lot of teams run a 1-3-1. Great battle by Jason Russ to get the rebound, the basket, and the foul. But, it's defense is a team thing. You have to have 5 guys on the floor all doing the same thing. And if you're able to do that, you can start to dictate the tempo of a ball game. But the other part of it is you have to be able to rebound, and the Cardinals have not been able to do that at all tonight.
And I think Coach O, the man at the stripe, Jason Russ, that's maybe the big guy in the middle, down low that he's counting on. He's got some size at 6'6". He's very athletic, but when you don't have the rest of that group around you, it's tough to play.
Yeah, and Jason Russ, we know, started with some fouls early. Didn't really have a chance to get into that rhythm, and really none of the Cardinals have had a chance to get into a rhythm. And the game as a whole hasn't had a lot of flow because of how many fouls there have been on both teams. But, they, especially that last rebound and basket for Jason Russ just shows you that kind of thing, a little glimpse of what he can offer and the things he can do. Unfortunately, they need a lot more of it, especially the rebound part of it. Fighting through some contact is Aluka, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that'll be the end of the night for Isaiah Ford, I believe.
Fouls calling was number 30, Isaiah Ford, his 5th personal, 10-team foul. Aluka to the line for the Cardinals.
And because he's fouling out, we're going to get the Xavier Bonifacius appearance. Because number 15 not on my roster. Oh, you have a different roster.
I have a different roster.
Barry Simmons?
Yeah, it could be Barry
All right,
Simmons.
We'll go with Barry Simmons.
Barry Simmons is number 15 on the JV squad, so I would imagine that's who it is.
It's kind of excited to have Xavier Bonifacius making an appearance.
I like Xavier Bonifacius and the reference there. I don't think we can call it tonight.
Aluka 1 for 2.
Oh, they had one more free throw.
I was going to say, I didn't think I saw him. I thought maybe while we were looking at rosters, he missed the first one. It's not very often you see all 10 players just leave the free throw line. Oh,
They all followed suit.
Oh, wait. There's one more. Some discussion between the official and the official timer as to when running time would start and what the Cardinals have to do to make it stop. Bennett picks up the loose ball and takes it to the other end.
Well, they have to do that.
Well, the Cardinals have scored, what, the last 12?
Yep.
So they were down well over the 35 that leads to running time. And now Adi going to be called for the reach in. And because of the double bonus, Omar Whitaker will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's Adi's third.
Jones to the line for the Eagles.
Whitaker able to hit them both. Bennett will take the 3. It's short. Long rebound, comes back out. Aluka. His pass taken away. And slowing things down into the front court is Ward. Hands it off to Whitaker. Whitaker will back out. Whitaker driving, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 more.
Foul is called on number 23, Jeremy Adi, his 4th personal. Jones to the line for the Eagles.
Now, Cardinals just have a couple of days to work through things as they have a game on Thursday here against North St. Paul. We talked about at the opening, a couple of non-conference games to start the season at home.
Well, I want to say, I think 4 straight home games to start the season, if not mistaken. Was it boys basketball? I'm pretty sure it was boys basketball. Although it may have been the boys hockey team.
Yeah.
Because I know they have already played 2, and they are, I believe, are playing at home against Blaine.
They are playing at home against Blaine tonight.
So at least 3. So maybe they're the ones that had the 4 straight. 3-pointer for DeVries is good.
That's his second.
The other end, Whitaker gets inside, gets a bucket plus a foul.
Actually, the boys do have their first 4 games at home.
Okay, that's what yeah.
So a week from tonight, they play Hastings, and then Friday the 15th, they will welcome another Eagle squad, Totino Grace, who is awfully good. One of the top teams in the state. I think they have 2 players in the top 10 in the state.
Yeah, and it's a tough way to start your conference schedule.
Yeah.
Whitaker missed the free throw attempt. The Eagles got the rebound back, but then lost it out of bounds. And they're going to call a backcourt violation. Whitaker clearly tipped that away from Adi, so I disagree with that one. And the refs are going to talk about it a little bit. The official on the near side, who was closest, I think, thought that he just was backing away and lost the handle, but there's definitely a hand in there. And they talked about it. They make the right call. Cardinals maintain possession. Just under 2 minutes to go in the contest. And they're going to lose this one. That was a big block. Big block from Julian Carter, but then a little bit of a push after the fact, and that will mean 2 shots for Gavin DeVries.
See it again, and a great block.
Yeah, you just can't get a little push there.
Yep.
Breeze hits the first. But yeah, you look at this team, you got Kamari Young, Tylen Ward, Trey Parker, and Ryan Christensen have all been noticeable players tonight, all sophomores. Big three-pointer for Kenny Jones.
Yeah, the Cardinals of late have been scoring the basketball well.
Three-point answer for Julian Carter. And they're going to call Whitaker for the foul against Adi, and Adi will go to the line and shoot two.
Jeremy Adi to the line for the Cardinals.
Adi hits the first, misses the second. Aluka gets the rebound and then gets the foul.
Oh, the Cardinals able
and
to
now
work.
he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Cardinals able to work on their free throw shooting here.
High arcing free throw is good for Devian Aluka. Red still cheering away.
Oh, he always
off,
does. Yeah.
Off the glass and out.
Always.
Rebound for Apple Valley. Whitaker, right side. Hands it off, turnaround jumper, rolls across the iron for Reineck.
Look at that Dave
Out
Emmy.
of bounds to Dave Emmy.
He's all over the place. Stretch Armstrong.
He's got skills.
Oh, he does have skills. Mad skills.
Makes it look easy.
With broken ribs, too, so he's our MVP.
Nice little hook shot on the inbounds for Julian Carter to get the basket. Adi in amongst the trees, throws it up, gets the foul, goes to the line to shoot two.
Foul is called for Eagles number 25, Travis Reineck. His first personal. Jeremy Adi to the line for the Cardinals.
Misses the second, and the rebound by Reineck. Ward lost the handle down low, kicks it back up top. Renua gets it to Whitaker. He draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot.
Yeah, a lot of infractions really by both teams here towards the end of this contest.
Jones to the line for the Eagles.
Whitaker hits the first. And he hits them both. .85-58, drive for Kenny Jones, bucket and the foul.
Yeah, nice athletic move to the basket by Kenny. Able to use his body to shield against the defender, get the bucket, and pick up the foul.
Kenny Jones to the line for the Cardinals.
Eagles play out the clock here.
They're happy to just hold on and head home with an 85-60 win. It'll be a happy bus ride for the Eagles.
Yeah, a long one home, but a happy one is right. And back to the drawing board for Coach O and his staff is they going to take on North St. Paul here in a couple of days, but they'll kind of digest this one, and again they'll get at least Jerry Freeman back for Thursday's contest, so that's going to help them as well. But tough loss for the Cardinals to start the season.
Well, and as you mentioned, very short time to get things straightened out, but they need to have a much better effort on Thursday night.
Yep.
They need to have far fewer fouls. They
Correct.
need to rebound better, and they need to defend better.
Well, just better, obviously better effort. I mean, you can stop there. Better effort all around for the Cardinals in all aspects of their game, and they'll get things worked out. It's just a matter of what they need to do, and the early foul trouble certainly did not help them. Jackson Young not able to play a lot in this game. Their leading scorer.
And they will definitely be hoping for better results on Thursday. We will be right back here with them. We will also have a crew over at the gymnastics opener as they take on Anoka on Thursday. And then our first look at the girls basketball team, their home opener against Coach Bierman's former squad from Legacy Christian. That's on Monday night next week.
That should be fun. Looking forward to seeing their squad.
But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Apple Valley 85, Coon Rapids 60. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Lexi Schweinert, I'm Joe Yund saying good night.